What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and today we have a very dynamic, interesting, and futuristic dive watch from Father's Watch Company. It's time to get hands-on with the Horizon Cocktail Attire Diver. It is 12:15 p.m. Let's get down to business. Now, guys, I'm actually wearing my Longines tank that is available at the Time Teller shop, and if you guys missed out on the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Maybe go ahead and try that coupon code again. It might still work. I don't even know. Now, this watch boasts a comfortable thickness of 10.65 millimeters, ensuring a prominent yet unobtrusive profile on the wrist. Spanning 48 millimeters from lug to lug and with a 40 millimeter case diameter, it's designed to make a statement while remaining balanced for everyday wear. This is not a huge gargantuan dive watch, but it's also not like super tiny. It seems to be in the sweet spot with that 40 millimeter case, but the lug to lug is something to consider if you have slender wrists. We'll talk about that a bit more in a little bit. At the heart of this watch's functionality is the screw-down crown, providing an essential water resistance up to 20 atmospheres or 200 meters, whichever you prefer, making it suitable for diving and high-impact water sports. The dial is a standout feature, showcasing an exclusive Father's monogram with an oil press treatment that adds depth and character under different lighting conditions. Guys, this watch plays with the light so well, and I'm moving it around here for you guys. The carved dial just looks very, very impressive. It's not the normal texture that we see with most guilloche. It's just very, very impressive. Now, speaking of that dial, just above it is a flat sapphire crystal, 3.2 millimeters thick with anti-reflective coating, and around that sapphire crystal is a stainless steel unidirectional 120 click rotating bezel with a ceramic inlay. It's very, very interesting. I mean, again, it's not a normal bezel that we would see with normal serrations. In fact, this doesn't really have what I would consider to be serrations at all. It has kind of just some angular cuts. We're going to also talk about that in a moment. When it comes to visibility in low light, the Superluminova SLN C3 lume on the dial and markers ensures time is readable in the darkest conditions, and this is very well presented on this timepiece at least. You know, the lume itself doesn't really matter. It's the application of the lume that speaks most to whether or not it will be vibrant, and they did a very good job with this. We're going to talk about it more in a bit. At its core is a Sellita SW201 automatic. Again, guys, hacking, hand wind, 28,800 VPH sweep. It's a reliable Swiss-made movement, and it's a workhorse movement that kind of competes with the more common, premium Miyotas or NH35s out there. I'm a big Sellita fan, and the SW201 is a great choice. Now, the Caseback doesn't skimp on aesthetics either. It's firmly secured with 6 screws, and it features a Father's monogram in relief, adding an extra layer of personal touch. And for the strap, you can either get a natural rubber strap with the Father's monogram, or for a sportier look, you can just keep it on the bracelet. Now here, they sent me one with the bracelet. It has a satin finish when we're looking at the 316L stainless steel, but there are certain surfaces like on the edges of the links and case that are mirrored polished. In terms of weight, the watch maintains a pleasant heft on the wrist with 156 grams for the entire package. The watch head with the bracelet, I believe it's 108 grams on the rubber strap. So now that we know about the watch's construction and specifications, let's jump into the pros and cons. First pro, very dynamic dial, plays with the light beautifully. The bezel is very functional and has some nice ratcheting rotation, but we're going to talk about the bezel again in the cons. Now, final pro is that it has great lume, okay? Very impressed with the lume and the implied indexes, and again, all in all, just a very dynamic design. Jumping into the cons, 48 millimeters might be a bit big for slender wrists. Now, that is the lug-to-lug measurement. Speaking of lugs, the next con would be that this needs drilled lugs, especially if you're going to swap between the bracelet and the rubber strap. Finally, the bracelet and clasp are kind of basic for a $1,300 watch. That's right, this is just around 1,300 bucks, and I just wanted something with a bit more pizzazz when it comes to the bracelet and clasp. Now, kind of, I guess I would have to add this to the cons. The bezel itself, although it was initially mentioned in the pros, it's a very nice ratcheting feel. Because there aren't really serrations on it, and it has like polished cuts, if your hands are wet or you're actuating this on a dive, it's actually kind of difficult to actuate. Your thumbs kind of slip off the bezel. So that's why I'm kind of mentioning this in the cons and the pros. It's a really great feel for the bezel, but actuating it is a bit slippery without proper serrations. So I gotta mention it in both. All in all, this Father's Horizon cocktail attire diver has a very long name, but to simplify it, it's a very dynamic choice for watch enthusiasts who are seeking a unique functional timepiece with an interesting aesthetic. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe for more reviews similar to this. I have a full playlist of watch reviews for you to partake of. Click the top right corner and enjoy. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.